still remember my US government class teacher because I'm like, did you just walk in here and start talking? Hi, Optimus. It's like I learned nothing about like government or government systems in that class. Like nothing. Literally all he did was bitch about how, kids in America didn't understand health insurance and then put on PBS Presents Vietnam. And then like would get mad at us when he would give us like the standardized like tests about government systems and like the US government and everybody would fail. That guy made no damn sense. And it's like the only reason you're here is because you have tenure, isn't it? Yeah, I ended up dropping that class. So it's like, I will find something else to fit this required credit. Though the English professor I had through a good chunk of my degree, because he did most of like the mid upper tier classes, was like, he was amazing in the fact that like I'm trying to remember exactly what how this happened. So he taught like mid upper tier, and then he also like was required to do one English 101 class. Let's see, when I was an undergrad, I was in a sophomore seminar for history, and the professor said that museums were stupid, and I couldn't imagine being in the course with him having such a ridiculous opinion. Oh my god. Yeah, that makes like no damn sense. It's like, yeah, sure, have an opinion on, you know, the museum's less than scrupulous way of getting, exhibits, but thinking that they shouldn't exist in the first place or that they're dumb is just, yeah, just, ugh. Why people? But yeah, my English professor, had his obligatory like 101 class he had to teach, which is the first time I met him. And he just like was so done during the whole thing. And so I can't remember like necessarily why we were talking. Um I think it was like we were talking about writing styles and he talked about romanticism. And he was like, "Okay, well, y'all, where do you think that term came from?" And somebody in the back that was like the obligatory stoner kid was like, "Well, it came from Rome." And he like perked up and he's like, "Oh, somebody actually knows, this whole thing." And he's like, "Okay, what makes you say that?" And he's like, "Well, it has the word Rome in it." And he just kind of like sighed and he's like, "By your logic, an assassin has two asses." And then he just kept on. And I was like, "Oh my god, I love him." Yeah, that was Professor George, because he had two first names. His actual name was Roger George, and he didn't care what you called him. He was great. He was actually the one who kind of pushed me towards like early American literature because I was going through like my very heavy goth phase at the time, and he's like, "Well, you've got the American Gothic like genre that almost nobody ever touches." Yeah, he was great. I miss him. Two first names. Yep. I'm just kind of flattening this a little bit because, like I said, It wants to be a taco. And it will if you let it. But we gotta kind of squish it into submission. Tighten that up a little bit. There we go. Alrighty, let me do a time check. Yeah, I need to call it a night. This went a little bit later than usual because I started a little bit late. But anyways, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the couple of resubs. Really appreciate that. Welcome new followers. I will be back on Tuesday. Very likely working on this unless my brain leaks out of the side of my head.
I will be haunted by my actions forever. Hoot hoot!
In which case we'll do something else. So glad to have spent some time here. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming by. Hildy will judge you again. And that is her literally sitting like right here. Because she's a little shit. But anyways, thanks y'all for coming, and until I see everybody next time, stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and god damn it, stay sexy. Now I'll catch everybody later. Y'all have a great rest of your night.